Hi guys, welcome back to High School Friends. It's me and Johnny here, and today is a very special day because it's Johnny's birthday.
Hey
Happy
everyone.
birthday!
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I wanted to come on. I had to tell you an experience I had this morning. I woke up and I felt sad. I felt like I got to like the halfway point in life and there's like regrets and things that like that where you kind of like
Yeah,
have that instead of like waiting till the end of your life to kind of be on your deathbed and regret the things that you could have done or the moments you could have like optimized. I don't know, I'm doing it all along the way. And today I was
yeah.
just like, holy cow. First off, I'm 39. I don't know if you're aware of this, but in America, I think the age that we go to here is like 76.
Is that life expectancy?
Yeah,
76?
the life expectancy in America
Well,
is.
you know what 39 is? I call myself queen of the 30s, so you're king of your 30s now.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
I'm towards the end, and I don't know, just reflecting about like the journey and all of that. First off, I just want to say the fact that I have like such long-term friendships make it incredibly meaningful. And I was listening to Tony Robbins. I don't know if you're into Tony Robbins.
Yeah.
I like explore on YouTube sometimes. So he was sharing. He's like, if you want to understand the true meaning of wealth. He's like, I know billionaires that like over $1,000, $2,000, they're very tight. The true meaning of wealth is deriving joy from each moment. The people
For
that are
sure.
able to derive joy from each moment, those are the people that are really wealthy. And I can really, really, really relate to that. Um, and when I think about what brings me joy, it's deep connections, deep friendships,
Yeah, yeah,
family support system, bonds. Because as I've personally grown older, and many people that are growing older have shared with me, my life has become a little bit more enclosed. Meaning, really, what I am, I'm a guide to my children. I'm a husband, to my wife. But like outside of that, the friendships aren't like I don't see people every single day like I used to, and
yeah. You
I'm in
don't
my
really have
own
the
world
time
and
for
journey.
it anymore.
I don't have the time for it anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I
I would
posted a
love to
video
have the
a
time.
few days ago about just that, like that idea of like what keeps me afloat is my like connections. Like when I'm feeling overwhelmed or like anxious about something, I'm like that's what I try to shift my perspective and my focus to. Like all of like the blessings. Like I even think about my kids, my family, my close friends. I'm like I am so blessed. A lot of people I work with don't have that. Like the people who are struggling the most in my practice I see with their mental health are those that really don't have family or friends. It's really, really sad.
It's beyond sad. It's beyond sad. Mainly because I pride myself on being a person that really works on his mental health and all of that. And lately,
Yeah.
I even see myself struggling in
We all
regards to,
struggle. It's a
yeah,
constant like work.
it is literally constant work. And it's,
Yeah.
especially in today, what I think what's happening as we have like more rise in technology, um, there's a lot more disconnection and a lot more that people have to deal with. And like the
Yeah.
world is changing really quickly,
Yeah.
and I don't know. People deserve like what I'm trying to do is gain empathy, really gain empathy, because I sometimes can feel angry and agitated, and if you like take the adult reality check, that's what at least I call it, like kind of
Yeah.
when you're in your craziness, no, just take an adult reality check, like step back and
I think you're really good at that. I honestly do. Like I feel like even like a few weeks ago when we had a conflict, like you were so good at like trying to see the other side, which I think a lot of people struggle with. Like cuz human nature is our ego gets in the way, right? Like it
yeah.
becomes about us. And empathy is like stepping outside of yourself and trying to put yourself in somebody else's shoes.
If I can say what it is, I think for many people, we get dysregulated. The phone creates a lot of dysregulation. If
100%.
we become dysregulated, our children become dysregulated. I see it with my kid. If he, as an example, has red dye 40, he gets
Yeah.
dysregulated. If he watches, or if my daughter watches the phone, there's dysregulation. Or if they're on games for too long, there's dysregulation. I
Yeah.
think the whole skill, and I had lunch with someone that's incredibly successful a week ago, one of my closest friends, and he was just sharing with me how he's just like on an emotional roller coaster constantly. And there's life and there's business, and the roller coaster is literally never ending. The way
Yeah.
I want to live in my existence, how do I stay in regulation? How do I stay emotionally healthy?
How do you?
It's my rabbi taught me this one. Like he said, he like ultimately when people offend you or want to offend you, keep it outside of um your energetic sphere. Like pretend there's an energetic shield
Like
here
a bubble almost, like you're in this like clear bubble,
and keep it at the edge of that, and then decide what you're gonna do with what was just said to you. Could,
not
should,
internalizing it.
should you be reactionary, or do you take a different approach of just creating a response? I saw it, by the way. I had him over for Shabbat in my family's house, and someone said, in like a not realizing, the rabbi doesn't know X, Y, and Z about the Torah, and he kind of took a step back and he was like, it wasn't like offensive. It was like, I see your point. Like,
Mm,
as children, I don't know if you remember our experience in high school, but as I feel like as children, there's so much personalization. The mean
yeah, it's
girls,
always about you.
the mean girls, the clique guys, like they
Yeah,
didn't invite me, and I see it even in adult relationships. They didn't invite me. They forgot about me. They didn't
you
say,
were the cool guys. Who was cool?
but we would like there was such personalization about the smallest things, I think. And as we
Yeah,
grew up, we realized no, that wasn't like if you take like the outside approach, that wasn't about us. Like those moments where we
yeah.
were offended might have had
It's
to do with
never about you. So true.
never about you. It's
But
never
it's so hard, I think, it's the ego, right? It's like letting go of the ego and letting it control you. And I think that's why people like to drink alcohol because it numbs their ego and it like lets go of that part of them. And that's why they feel like free. But if we could just like learn to do that without substances, I think that's the goal. And it's so hard for all of us.
I think it's learning what the ego actually like how it rears its ugly head. I think the ego is very big on disconnecting us. Like
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
having this experience, you can't understand my experience, or this person offended me and I never want to speak to them again. It was one that I would often say in my past.
Um,
And it's kind of like realizing that that's what the ego does, and realizing that at the grand scheme of things, like the 5,000-foot view, we're all pretty much nothing. The journey is
yeah.
a very, very, very quick journey. This is
Yeah.
one reason why I was sad today. I
Yeah.
got to an age of 39 and I'm thinking to myself, holy shit, that was really quick. And the really sad part, the next 39 years are set to go a lot quicker than the past 39 years. And it was
Yeah.
just like reflection of like
Yeah. Birthdays make you reflect. It makes you think about like who are you? What do you want to accomplish? Where are you in life? Or-
someone asked me a couple of days ago, like, that person that you podcast with, like, how long have you known that person? And I'm like, 25 years. And I'm like, 25 years,
How are we so old?
psychotic.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy. That really is crazy. 25 years is a long time. I don't even
So
think I'm 25 years old, but
if
apparently I
you,
am.
if you remember, like, the beginning parts of our friendship, it wasn't such a long time ago. I don't know. I personally remember
Yeah,
it like
yeah,
it was yesterday.
yeah, yeah, totally. That's very true. And I think it's also probably for you, I bet birthdays are like extra because of the fact that it's around the new year. Like it's like Rosh Hashanah, the new year, where we're all trying to like become better versions of ourselves anyway. So
Yeah,
it probably gets even harder.
totally. It's funny. So what I'm learning. Okay, when we think about the months of the year, every single month has a different energy.
Yes, yes.
So we say Elul. Elul is a time of self-reflection and forgiveness.
Mm,
A lot of very spiritual people are born in Elul. It's just like It's like that time.
Are you a Virgo? No.
I'm a Virgo in Hebrew, and I'm a Libra in English.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you
Um,
probably have the energy of both.
I do have that energy. Like a Virgo is, it's in Hebrew. It's betula. It's like a virgin, like a very pure soul, and
Yes.
Tishri is like the head. You know, it's like a balancing.
Yeah, it's
And the
definitely a
first
balancing
the
instrument.
first 10 days between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur is all about. It's like the core self reflection.
Yeah.
As you make teshuva.
Yeah. You know what I struggle with a lot, like recently, that I feel like it's been happening as I get older, and like you talk about like how much time we have left, like worrying. I'm not like, what if I like my life ends and I never get to do this or that, or like this thing that I've been putting off, or like what if I never get to feel this or do that? And like it's just like all of a sudden this fear. What if I never get to see this place? I've always wanted to go here. And I don't know, it's like a balancing of like how important is this, all of that, as opposed to like I don't know, like your date, you know what I mean, like this like wanting to get up and just like do everything I've always dreamed of.
Yeah. Okay, so to that point, I feel like the one way in which we have control over time is to be able to get out of the routine as much and as often as
Really
possible.
hard,
And
especially
also,
when you have children and work.
without question, I think also it's about self-acceptance. What does that mean to me? As humans, we're not perfect. As humans, at the end of our journey, we're gonna have regrets. As humans, we're gonna miss out. And getting to a place where the story inside ourselves is at peace with that, where
That's the hard part, I
it's
think.
the hard part, but having the moment to moment where the story is one of simple joys. You know what I mean? To me, that's
Yeah,
incredibly important.
focusing on those simple joys.
Valuing those simple joys.
Yeah,
The,
yeah,
va-
so
the,
true.
the value isn't waking up on it, for me at least, the value isn't waking up on a yacht and then like spending the next 90 days alone by myself in some huge yacht. The value to me is when my son
Yeah,
comes to me in the morning time and wants to have a hug. Or when
yeah, yeah.
my daughter came to me on Rosh Hashanah and she's 5 years old, she decided to make a salad. And she's like,
Oh,
Dad, this is
cutie.
for you. It's
Yeah,
like those
those
moments.
are the things, those little things. If we can just focus on the joy of those little things, it's so true. It's so true.
And it,
That's what I remind myself too.
and by the way, in my mind, I'm set to like, so the 39th year of our life is actually the 40 years that we're in the world. And Rambam often says that, at 40 you start to gain wisdom. And really to have those moments as a sense of wisdom of like, what am I really valuing in this world? When my daughter brings me the salad and I'm able to acknowledge that this is a very beautiful moment, and I
Yeah.
only really have 10 years of their childhood. After that, they probably won't like me or whatever. They'll be in their
You
teens,
have to like 12 or 13. But
whatever.
yes.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
such a short period of time.
Yeah.
Really, like spend time in the real wealth. In my opinion.
I mean, that's what mindfulness is, right? Like the ability to stay in the moment without letting your mind comb through your past or jump to your future. It's the ability to stay present. And I think that's all, like that is joy, staying present. And I agree with you, like that when I'm hanging out with my kids and they're all laughing and I just try to sit and like I'm like, wow, like just being around them all and hearing them laugh. Like what a blessing that is. How lucky I am to have that. And if we keep reminding ourselves of all those little blessings, except instead of focusing on everything that went wrong, it's like we'd be much happier.
100%. I oftentimes feel like taking breaks incredibly important because I have four little ones and it's just
Yeah.
psychotic times at times. But when my children come to me at the end of the night and say, "Dad, would you like cuddle with us?" And
So
like
special.
really, really, I'm at wit's end because I just did a full day of work and my wife and the house has just
Yeah.
upside down.
Yeah.
Really to take the couple of minutes to spend time with the kids, to have that time, because it's I
Yeah.
feel bad for the business guys that tell me I missed out on that. I was
Yeah.
going
I never had
to
that.
achieve and accomplish.
You know what else I've been thinking about recently? So I'm really into like reading romantasy books.
Of course you
It's
are.
like like ups it's really bad. I'm obsessed. They're really good. Like My kids think I'm such losers because I'm like, guys, you don't know what happened. They broke into the Dragon Academy and now this is her power. And they're like, oh my God, my mom is such a loser.
My wife loves it as well.
Oh, really? I got to reach out to her and chat with her about it.
Please.
So I was thinking, like, it's such a fantasy, right? Of like this, like, insane, like, love between these characters, and you're like, you think that's supposed to be reality. But I think the problem is like, we all think we're supposed to have these, like, perfect lives. But the reality is you weren't, that was never promised to you, like, this perfection that we're all seeking. And so, like, instead of thinking that we, like, are owed all of these perfect things in our life, I think it's much easier, like, if we just focus on, like, the little blessings that come in, because nobody owed you anything. Like, God never owed you, and you're here to grow as a human, and you're not gonna grow if you're just placed in this, like, perfection. So, like, getting rid of that idea in my own head, because I realized, like, these books do it to me too, where, like, my life is supposed to be this perfect fantasy, and that's not the reality.
I value
Nobody
that.
owes me that.
I value that so much. One thing, like one, I'll say something vulnerable to the audience, like a part of my personal process. One thing that I've always struggled with is I didn't achieve the expectation I set out for myself. So
Mhm.
it's kind of like the catch-22 of not being able to hit your potential, not being able to hit your potential. And when you, and I wrote, I went to the Rebbe again this morning. I wrote a very long letter today of how I feel incredibly unworthy and incredibly not enough and everything. I screwed everything up. And just getting it out there was
Mhm.
incredibly nurturing and peaceful. But really, when I'm able to reflect of the birthday of like saying how far I've come in 39 years, all the connections created, the
Yeah.
relationship with my significant other, the fact that I still have my parents and my in-laws around, the fact that my children, God bless them, are full of energy and the house is full of happy voices or
Yeah.
laughter. Um, and you can't take those things for granted. And by the way, the wisdom, I think about it. I have spent my whole entire life chasing something that I'm leaving in this world, and we all do. It's completely crazy of what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're like to take the big view of like we're chasing things that first off own us, and then post that, it's just we're leaving it behind. Our daughter-in-laws are gonna enjoy it, not us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's definitely true. But the reality is like, if you want to live a Jewish life, it's really expensive.
Super expensive.
But you're right. It's very easy to get lost in like keeping up with everybody, right? Like, wait a minute, it's my like, oh, everyone posted their Rosh Hashanah table. Does mine look as good? Like, who cares? you
No,
know?
I hear you. I hear you. By the way, I fall into that as well. Like,
Yeah, we all do.
comparison is the thief of joy. I'm in that often.
100%.
I could be in that oftentimes, so
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can so relate to that.
Yeah, I think when we put on our glasses and focus on ourselves and like, in what ways can I be better today than I was yesterday? Because I am not that other person. And that's what I hear a lot with the people I work with also, like constant comparing, right? Especially with the women, like comparing to other people. But like, she has so many kids and she looks like she has it all together. I'm like, you have no idea what's going on behind closed doors. And you are not her. You don't have the same tests. You don't have the same, like, you're just a completely different person staying in your lane. Like, how am I better today than I was yesterday?
What I feel in regards to healing, it's very similar to what you said. It's percentages, meaning whoever is on this journey of self-reflection and bettering yourself and improving yourself, you're not going to wake up tomorrow and everything's going to be fine and dandy. I'm so sorry to
Yeah.
say that to you. What I could tell you is, by percentages, you'll heal. And when you get to a certain place, it'll stop owning you. Whatever, like for example, comparison used to own me totally and completely. My
Right.
whole
And now it
life ran
doesn't.
around. And today, I still have comparison, but it's more of
It's in and
me,
out.
it's in and out, and it's me realizing that's the inner child inside of me comparing. It's not me, Johnny the adult with the four
Yeah.
kids and the wife. It's me like in an old habit, in an old pattern. And it's really how do we take our old patterns and
How do you
re
break the pattern?
re-educate to make new choices for yourself. And of course we're gonna make mistakes and go back. And that's okay. We need self-empathy and we need self-compassion. That's the only way to change, by the way, I think.
100%. The shaming yourself never gets you anywhere.
No,
Just makes it worse.
and I hear it oftentimes in because obviously I hear it oftentimes in guys. They've never had anyone give them permission to actually be compassionate with themselves, to slow down. Like so many successful guys that I know, and I was in this pattern, they just work their asses off until the point of they get sick, and then they stay home for a day or two per week or per month, hopefully per month, and then they do it again. So they're always
Yeah.
running on fumes and running on empty. And no one ever gave them the permission to say, hey, dude, you can slow down. Your
Yeah.
buildings are still gonna, everything's gonna still be there. It's gonna
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
okay. You're still valuable without
Yeah. Yeah. Something I
being on
struggle
the
with
huge.
my husband as well. Like he's very much like missing a day of work for him is like the end of the world. I'm like, it's gonna survive. It's gonna be okay. It, I see it myself too. Even the holidays, I'm like, wow, I'm gonna be missing a lot of work,
I
but that's
think it's,
okay.
yeah, I think for me personally, it was all about, at least the messaging as a child, the only way to be loved is to be financially successful. I know if you came to my parents and told them I thought that, of course they would think I'm nuts because they love me no matter what. But the internal messaging for me as a child is the people that are valued, whatever that means in this world, are the successful people, the people that have nice cars, nice houses.
Right. But there was more than one way to measure success.
Besides
Wait and
that,
see.
if I'm to look at my internal experience, I don't know that I love anyone because of the amount of zeros they have in a bank account.
No, same. Yeah.
You know
So
what I mean?
true. You
Like,
don't. You don't care at the end of the day.
I
And
don't care.
especially, I think the more successful you are, the less you care. I think it's a lot of people like social climbing who care because they're like, in order to be accepted at the top, I can only like engage with the top, you know? And I think it's the rest. Like once you're very successful or once you've drowned out your ego enough, you're like, I just want real human connection with awesome people. And I do not care about how much money they have.
So my rabbi, he was married to her brother was a billionaire, a very famous Sephardi billionaire, and he would always say, "I find it so funny that the more zeros I have in a bank account, people respect me more." It was like the stupidest thing in the world to him. Like it's
Yeah.
literally zeros in a bank account.
Yeah, and it probably makes it more difficult to like know who your real friends are, you know? Because you're like, do you actually care about me or do you care about but it's also funny to me, like I think a lot about like, okay, so even if you have people in your network who are very wealthy, how does that change your life? Like are they buying you something? Like
It's like social proof
it's
almost.
the ego. It just all goes back to the ego, right? I'm important because I have important friends. So I am also important.
Totally, totally. If I'm to think about it, and by the way, like on the really wealthy scale, they really, and I really value also the friends that I've had for like a long period of time, aka
Yeah.
you and the rest of my high school, and even I'm still friends with my elementary school friends. Like
Yeah.
to have those connections of like, I'm not going to mention who said it, but someone said it so beautifully on the high school reunion. He said, I want you guys to know I went out after high school and I experienced all these people and all I can think about is the friendships that I had in high school were the most real, most connected, most trusting. Like though that's when we really saw each other and like
Yeah.
can't that can't really be broken.
Yeah, I actually went for a walk with Jazz last night, and me
Oh,
and Jasmine, we love each other, but we really don't get to see each other often.
I'm
And I was
shocked.
telling her, I know we really we it's really bad. We need to make more of an effort. We chat and we see each other probably like once a month. And we went for a walk last night, and I was like, Jazz, do you ever think about how lucky we are that we both moved here and we like what if like how did that happen? Like what a blessing that we've been in each other's lives for so long and we still get to see each other.
Yeah, it is a blessing. You and Jazz always had that really deep connection.
Yeah, I love Jazz. I'll always love Jazz. She's the best.
By the way, how many kids does she have?
She has three. She just had her third.
I remember seeing her at the wedding. It was like the little boy
Yeah.
that grew up in front of her.
She can always make me laugh. Like if there's one person in this world
She
who can just
hugged
make
my
me crack
wife.
up.
She hugged my wife as if she's like her soul sister that she
Right,
hugged.
like she knew her forever.
Yeah,
Yeah, so funny.
yeah,
Should we wrap up?
yeah.
What do you
Let's
think?
wrap up. Let's wrap up.
Yeah. All right. Well, happy birthday. It was great chatting with you today.
I
I will
really
see you.
appreciate you and thank you for letting me. It's always nice connecting and coming here, and
Of course. I enjoy it so much too.
I'll speak to you
Um,
soon.